All right, everyone, we made it to Wednesday, middle of the week, but more importantly, it is the first episode drop of Gabby Hour. I wanted to come on here just to give a little preview to who we're going to be talking to today. This person is a baseball player, but not your ordinary baseball player. He plays banana ball, and we're going to get into that. It's this unconventional style of baseball that the Savannah Bananas have created, and he is on an affiliate of the Savannah Bananas. It's called the Texas Tailgaters, and he is a special player with a special talent. And we're going to learn all about it coming up right now. So, without further ado, let's welcome this special guest to the Gabby Hour. Mr. Sunshine Luders, thank you for being on the Gabby Hour. First of all, we were talking off camera. We've known each other from afar for quite some time now. And I remember the first time I met you, you remember the same thing. We were on the summer ball field at Frazier Field for the North Shore Navigators, right?
That's correct. Yep. And I remember we had a really good individual in common. His name was Ryan. He was kind
Oh,
of
yeah, that
pretty
guy.
decent individual. Yeah, that guy. And obviously AJ as well. And just funny to know the mutual connections beforehand. And then here we are. We're on the Gabby Hour now. We're back. Let's go.
And obviously, for the people tuning in who have no idea who
Yeah,
Ryan or
AJ,
AJ
right? Yeah,
are,
that's fair. That's fair.
Ryan husband, he played with Mr. Sunshine Luders on the North Shore Navigators CBL team, summer ball out of college. What was that, like 3 years ago now?
Any
Oh, look at that.
CBL. Look at
He's
that.
already repping.
For this moment. Yes.
Oh, this is iconic. So they played together, and then also my cousin, that's AJ,
hmm
grew up with Sunshine in Massachusetts. They played ball together. Sunshine, you're from Linfield, Mass. And
Yes.
why on earth do people call you Sunshine?
It goes back really before even I guess around town ball, but when I was playing, I guess the first sort of like travel ball essentially, I was maybe like 9, 10 years old and like just want to get some more baseballs. I'm playing on a team outside of Linfield, and some of the my teammates' dads thought I looked like Sunshine from Remember the Titans, the quarterback.
I could see
And
it.
that with a combination of personality, being upbeat, being loud and talkative and all of that, Sunshine stuck. So ever since that, it just throughout my entire baseball career, especially in the winters, training with AJ and training with a bunch of guys, and throughout summer ball, it always stuck. So someone would always know, like, hey, like Logan Bravo, shout out to him. He knew me as Sunshine. So like that stuck for the Navigators. And then here we are, and Sunshine is the mainstay name for me in Banana Land. So
It's not just a stage name. Listen, I remember I was watching these games and it was probably the most dreary weather that season. There were rain delays and things like that. And people in the stands kept saying, "Oh, sunshine, sunshine." I'm like, why are people begging for the sun to come out? They gotta stop, bro. They gotta stop. And then
that's
after the
awesome.
game, I asked Ryan, I'm like, why are people begging for sunshine? He's like, that's my teammate.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, all right, but it makes sense. People call you Sunshine for being loud. They call me other names for being loud. It's fine. All right, but we'll go from there. So Sunshine, that's just been a name that's stuck, and obviously, without question, we could tell why. Not just a stage name. And speaking of the big stage, you're in Banana Land. You mentioned that
Mhm.
your shtick is unicycling.
That's
How on
right.
earth did you get into that?
Yeah, so I had an incredible gym teacher. Her name was Miss Robertson. She taught myself and my fellow classmates in fourth grade in a before school unicycle club how to unicycle. Now, I only knew, like, I guess since then, I only knew how to ride forward. So in fourth grade, learned how to ride the unicycle, could always do it. And I'm like, wow, it's like pretty cool. But like, I don't really know when I'm going to ever use this for anything. So I always had a unicycle in the garage and all that since then. But it wasn't until this past summer when I saw the bananas and the party animals playing at Fenway Park on TV in this past July. I'm like, whoa. And I had just finished college ball. I'm like I want to go play indie ball or some form of baseball. I still got that in me, but I'm not sure like what to do. And I was hurt at that time. I hurt my knee a little bit, so I wasn't playing that summer, just resting. I saw them play. I'm like, wow, that looks really cool. Like, what's this all about? I had really not really a clue what it was all about. I knew about them a little bit, but not to like all their what they stand for, their values, their mottos, all that. So I'm looking into it a little more. I'm like, oh, about standing out. they're about doing things differently. They're about playing for the fans, which I loved in summer ball when I was playing with Ryan because like with the Navigators, like the fans are like you're playing for them. Like they are there watching you guys to play. So I looked into it more and I'm like, you know what? How can I stand out? How can I like make myself a good candidate for this? I said, well, I could learn how to hit on the unicycle. I already know how to unicycle. I don't see anyone else doing that. Let's do that. And over the course of a month, I just taught myself how to stay in place and then pretty soon hold the bat and then pretty soon swing. And combination with that and got invited to a tryout and rest is history.
That's such a crazy realization. Oh, I already know how to ride a unicycle. Let me just hit a baseball
Yeah.
going 80 to 90 miles an hour while I'm on it. And,
Yeah.
you know, listen, folks, he did it. He's been doing it. How did that feel when your first contact in banana ball, I think it was in a scrimmage. How the heck did
Yeah.
that feel?
Yeah, that was incredible because I had never really faced a lot of live pitching. I had a little bit in the winter time prepping for going down here, but nothing like in a real game ever. And I was fully expecting not to get a hit until like a while later. I was like, it's not going to happen. Like, just go up there, make contact, we'll be good. We'll worry about the hit thing as we go. And I think it was the first pitch, second pitch I got, and it was versus a very good pitcher. Like, he is professional pitcher, probably the last guy I want to face off this thing because he's really, really good. And I just a lot of luck, like where the ball went, like right over the first baseman, right down the right field line. I able to run down and get a hit. So that was really cool, very exciting. And it's funny. I'm hitting my average is better versus him on the unicycle than on 2 feet because I faced
Oh
him
my God.
once on the unicycle, got a hit. I faced him twice. I think I've gotten out both times. So I am
Oh, that's
batting way
good.
higher than the unicycle versus him. Yeah, but it's
And you
all in fun and
mentioned
games. Yeah.
you mentioned everyone, they're no joke. I remember shout out Garrett Delano. He played at Brown, then he went to
Yes.
Mercer, All American, and he's
Oh,
pitching for the
wow.
party animals. So these are legit players. You're obviously one of them. The story behind you, you were on Seton Hall, you had the best on base percentage, and that's how Banana Land kind of found you, even before
Yeah.
the unicycle.
They didn't even know about the unicycle like at all. And it was Barry Alderidge. He's like our like recruiting guy, recruiting coordinator. I'm sorry, Barry, for messing up your title here. Banana Ball operations, I should say. And he reached out to me via DM on Instagram. And I was very inactive on Instagram at this time. And he reached out and he said, hey, we'd like to invite you to a tryout. And I said, wow, it's so odd. This is right after I got interest in Banana Ball. And I watched it on TV. I'm like, how in the world did he know to reach out to me? It's very strange. Like very like it's like God was knowing I was
A lot
listening.
of
Like I
God
was
moments. I was
yeah,
just gonna
right
say
there.
that.
Yeah. And he said, it's like, hey, like we got hop on the phone, we're talking. Like I was like, hey, how did you know that I was interested in this in the first place? And he goes, you were the hardest guy to strike out in all of college baseball this past year. And we want more guys to put the ball in play. I was like, wow, like, that's pretty cool. I'm glad you guys are thinking of me for that. That's awesome. And they had no idea about the unicycle. They said they want me putting the ball in play. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hop on a unicycle and I'll hit that
Oh
way.
my
So
God.
it was
Tell me
funny,
to
but
jump how high?
right, exactly, exactly. But I'm so thankful that they even reached out in the first place because I know a lot of guys that went to the tryout, they went just based off like submitting the application with no prior like interaction. That's hard. So the fact that they reached out to me as someone they're interested in, I was very honored for that, and I felt really like wanted and needed. So that was really cool.
And this league just keeps growing and growing. And with that, you're on the newest team, I believe.
Yes.
And that's the Texas Tailgaters, which I'm sure you've been having a heck of a time. You're coming back from Reno, right?
Yeah, we got back. We had a long travel day yesterday. We left in Reno the Pacific time. We left around 6 a.m. and we got back here around 9 o'clock. So it was a long day of travel, but so worth it. And what a cool opportunity to get to just travel the country, put on really good shows, I guess you could say, games and shows, and make a lot of fans with a lot of really cool people who really genuinely care about what we do, which is super special.
This is not your normal baseball team, and
Hmm.
that's the beauty of it. I want to
Yeah.
know first about how did the tryout, how did that whole thing work? Did you
Uh,
have to audition? What was it
mhm.
like?
Yeah, so a perfect question because at my tryout, I was fully aware that they could probably just want me to be an entertainer because there's two type of kind of roles. So, for example, Stilts. Stilts is an entertainer, so he doesn't play the full game. He gets one at bat, or the pitcher's 1 inning, kind of, or 1 out of an inning. And everyone loves it because like you're seeing a guy on 10-foot stilts like doing baseball, or banana ball, which is incredible.
Like full
So,
stride too. He
right,
looks like
right.
a gazelle on those stilts.
Yes, he moves so he's faster than me on the unicycle. So he moves super fast. So I was aware that, hey, you could just be not just be an entertainer. You could be an entertainer, or they could say, hey, forget the unicycle, you could be a player. So when I'm going on the tryout, I'm going in with that mindset. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do the best I can in both realms. So the tryout, we get going, and it's not like any other baseball tryout. We get going by dancing. We're like, we're gonna get up, we're gonna get going. We're
Oh
doing
my God.
kick line dancing, like right away, doing a competition.
I would cringe. I'm not a good. Are
Oh,
you a good dancer?
oh, at that time I had very little rhythm, and I still have little rhythm now. But you'll love this. We're doing the kick line dancing, right? I'm the only guy kicking with the wrong foot. I'm going against the grain. Everyone else going left, I'm going right.
He was meant for the unicycle.
So all the dances going on, that's obviously good. It gets everyone out of their comfort zone, gets everyone just having some fun and doing some stuff different than a normal baseball tryout. And then after that, it was more just bananified. Like, hey, do ground balls, but do the trick plays. Don't be afraid to hold back. Catchers, like, do your cool between the legs, like cartwheels and throwing. Outfielders, do your behind and back catches. If you do a backflip catch, do that. So they just want to see you push yourself, and they didn't care about you ever failing. Like, that's the thing in baseball. They want you making all the plays. But in this trial, like, we don't care, like, if you mess up or if you miss the ball, like, do something cool, because you know with enough practice, you could probably get that in with like 100 more reps or 100 more tries or whatever. It was very freeing in that sense. Like, hey, there's no fear of failing in sense. You miss a ground ball, like, so what? Like, you're just trying to show off your skills. So I really like that component of it. And all the guys were great, like really great human beings, like obviously great baseball players, but I give the Bananas a lot of credit in that the people they recruited to bring to the tryout were really good people. Like you can tell that those are the people that want to be interacting with fans after games, that are willing to sit there and sign autographs and take photos with people. Because maybe not all baseball players are for banana ball in that sense. 'Cause that's sometimes you go for four and you lose a game and you have to go out and not you have to, you get to go out and sign autographs. And some people don't want to be that version of the best self because like it's hard going out for four and want to go out and signing autographs. But anyways, aside, the trial was awesome, bunch of fun. Got to do both the unicycle and at bat and hit normal. And it was just a really cool time. Like I've never had more fun on a trial before. It was awesome.
I'm just having fun listening to it. Oh my goodness. And I just think hearing that Banana Ball's got such a great foundation
Yeah.
that's I think the best part about it. And obviously you're recruiting people that need a social battery 24 hours, right?
That definitely is a big component of it. And we talked about that after the tailgaters and the firefighters were going to the Savannah Bananas versus the Party Animals games at Grayson Stadium just to create fans. We're in uniform, interacting with the fans. And man, when you're interacting for two people or for 2 hours with all these people, it's a lot. Like your social battery is definitely drained at the end of the day. But I think myself and a lot of my guys are realizing that we need to like build up our social battery a little bit, like kind of get conditioned for that because you want to be able to go out afterwards after playing a full game, having a full day of warm up and going out afterwards and still being the same self. So there is like a little bit of training to that. At least in my point of view, I could be totally wrong or totally different from other people, but that was my point of view of it at least.
Well, good thing you're the only one on this show, so we don't have to ask anyone else
Yeah,
about that. Now,
that's right. The Gabby hour. Yeah.
I do want to ask you though about that. How do you train? Is it just based off like experience, trying to go out as much as possible, go all out, and try to meet as many people as possible when the inning's over or when the game is over?
Luckily, we had a lot of really good veterans who have been doing this for a couple of years now. Like, I want to shout out one guy, Noah Bridges. He has set an amazing standard of what it means to be fans first. And I just kind of got to watch him interact with people. And he said a couple of things. One, when someone might remember you from somewhere else, and you meet so many thousands of people that you can do your best to remember that person, but sometimes just like getting the jog memory a little bit, like, oh, hey, what was it again this time? Like, oh, yeah, that's right. We met here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, and then you can kind of make that connection again because it's sometimes hard. Like, you want to remember everyone, and it's hard not to remember thousands of people that you might meet over the course of the season. Another thing was meeting people where they are. Noah was talking about how like you might be all energetic and all that, but some kid might be really shy. So kind of like getting down to their level and then kind of bringing them to where you're at, and so they can feel included and feel seen. So obviously it's about like the reps too of like not reps, but the amount of time. Because my first game in Banana Land when I was with the Tailgaters Firefighters, I was drained afterwards. Granted, when you're playing, you're not doing all the interactions, so it's a little different. But I was really drained afterward. Man, I got to keep doing this to build myself up a little bit. But it was a matter of just being as intentional as you can with every fan. Like when I'm with one fan, I'm present with them. All the ones are not, I'm not present with all the ones at that time. And then you move on to the next person. But just wanted to create a moment with that individual and know, like, hey, I see you. Thank you for being here. Like, if there's anything we can do, like signing or riding the unicycle or signing my unicycle, like I'm all for it. So a little bit of like intentional, like how you go about it, and then obviously the quantity of how long you can be out there for. That's my two
I
cents
love
at least
that.
right now. Yeah,
Yeah, there's like a
yeah,
human aspect to all of it, right? It's not just
absolutely.
baseball. Love
Yeah.
that. The skits that you also have to practice is that may be harder. That may be harder than baseball itself because I saw you kill it at the hoedown throwdown, and I cannot memorize all of that. So, what exactly goes into the entertainment aspect? Is that part of practice? Do you guys like sit down and plan everything?
We have rehearsals. So the actual baseball game of banana ball is not scripted. So whatever happens in the game, baseball wise, happens. That's you can't script a baseball game. That's all unscripted. But the entertainment part of it is all scripted. So we have rehearsals the day before and like the day of the game where we go over all of our run celebrations. We go over all the different entertainment pieces that might happen, hit by pitches, what might happen. So that's all scripted in that sense and rehearsed. With that hoedown throwdown dance, we got to Reno and didn't do rehearsals until the day of. So I got told the day before, like, hey, you have a walk up, like my walk up before I go to bat, and it's gonna be this song. And granted, I've told you before, my rhythm needs a lot of work. Like I needed to
You
practice that a
killed it though.
lot.
You killed it.
Thank
I would have
you.
been scared. I would have been up all night trying to memorize that dance.
So I was not all night, but
Oh
like pretty
no.
close. Like I had big shout out again. I mean a lot of shout outs, but to Travis Mignot, Brett Carson, Christian Davis, and Nelson Smith, those four guys have rhythm. And they were helping me like for like 2 hours, just getting this down, getting it right. And we crushed it. Like they did awesome. And it was just so cool like to see 2 hours worth of dance rehearsals come to life when we didn't even do it at rehearsals. We did it like once we were ready to roll. But it does take practice. Like you got to practice that stuff. And it definitely isn't a little component to banana ball that you're not used to in baseball at least, but it's super fun. Like I wasn't expecting that to be like as like prevalent, but it is very prevalent and it's very fun.
You're doing the hoedown throwdown, looking right into the camera on the broadcast. And some of the people that might be behind that camera are your family. How did they think about all of this, seeing you as this baseball phenom in college, even in Banana Land? But, that entertainment side shows once in a while. And how did they feel about that?
They loved it. They thought it was awesome. And my dad actually called me afterwards. He's like, because that was my first, I, I think that my first actual hit in banana ball was after that show, with that after that walk up. And my dad called me afterwards, and he goes, "Hey, get in that like that dancing rhythm like beforehand because like you seem so free in the box. Like just do that again."
It
And I was
loosens
like,
you
"Oh,
up.
yeah." And I was like, I think there's some component to that. Like you just do the dance, you feel good, you're loose, and like you go up there and just swing. So. I think my parents and my family and friends have loved that because one, they haven't really seen that. They know I'm all fun and like happy go lucky and all that, but to see that component, I think they love that. Yeah.
All right, I want to know sunshine off the baseball field. So
Yep.
grew up in New England, then went to
Mhm.
college in New Jersey. So you've been
Mhm.
all Northeast every second of your life almost. Now this is the most southern that you lived, I believe.
Yes, correct.
How has that been treating you?
Obviously the weather has been great. Like January and February and March, being able to be outside and the nice warm weather has been awesome. But then also I enjoyed the southern kind of line dancing they have down here. I haven't done any of that, but being the Texas Tailgaters and having some line dancing down in Savannah, you got to make sure you know how to line dance. So I really enjoyed learning that part of, I guess, just the southern Savannah, maybe even the South, because I had never done that before. That was totally new to me, but no, it's really good. A really good community down here. The people of Savannah are so nice, and obviously the people in Banana Land, the different teams, the staff, the coaches are awesome. We all live down here, so just a really good place overall. So I'm very happy to be here.
The southern
Yeah,
hospitality, as far as
yeah,
what's a pregame day in the life for you look like? Include everything
sure.
from waking up to meals to just getting ready mentally.
I actually wrote this down on my phone because I wanted to
Oh,
have
perfect.
I felt like the first weekend was more trial and error, like just trying to figure out what works for me. But there's in a script, like they have a routine for us. So like this, I don't know if you can see this, but like this is what they have for us. So this is
Oh
both
yeah, that's
teams.
organized.
So, but I wrote down like in between there what I'm doing. So I we have if we have like rehearsal like 11:30, let's say, I might go to the field at like 10:30, might eat a little bit of rest of breakfast or early lunch or whatever, and just kind of like settle in, do whatever, move around. And then 11:30 is rehearsal. That can go anywhere from like it's around 45 minutes, maybe 30, 45 minutes. And then at one on the first game, whether it's a Friday or Saturday, whatever, they have a staff chat, which is where anyone and everyone of the organization, they all meet behind home plate. And it's either Jared Oden, like our president, or Jesse or Emily talking to us, telling a really good feel-good story that had like an impact of like, what we're doing. So I think last time it was Taylor Justice, our catcher, having a really good fans first moment with someone back in Savannah. And a fan emailed in the how good it made him feel. So Jared shared that with everyone to kind of say, hey, we're having an impact. Let's do more of this. Staff chats 15 minutes. I'll go and then take a quick nap before batting practice. So then take a quick nap, get loose, batting practice, then we shower, change, and then we have rope drop, which is where they are allowed to have the fans come into the stadium. So at 3:30, it's rope drop for a 7 o'clock game. And then pretty early. It's a long day, but there's a lot of entertainment that goes on when we're inside on the outside. There's a band playing, there's games and all that. So then we have rope
That
drop.
nap is crucial. Oh my
Crucial,
goodness.
crucial. Yes, need the nap. And then we have VIP, which is very important party animals now. It used to be VIB, very important bananas, but now we're playing the party animals tour. So that's where the people who are K Club members who pay a little extra to, I guess, have on-field access with the players on the field get to come on the field and we all sign their stuff, interact with them, tell them thank you for being K Club members because our VIPs, our special fans that way. And then pretty much after that, and I'll warm up for real. Like I'll get totally game up warm. I'm not warm at all at this point, besides hitting batting practice. Get loose, do what I gotta do, and then I'll hit a few more in the swings in the cage, and then at 6:20, we'll hop in our trucks out in center field and we move on in around the outfield and we do our pregame stuff and we're ready to roll after that. So that's what I figured out as of right now is the routine for right now. So well
It's working a little bit. Listen, you
yeah.
got a couple of hits, so it's working. One aspect of banana ball that people aren't too familiar with, there's the foul ball from the fan that means that the game is or what is it that they got an out, it
Hmm.
counts. And
Yep.
then the trick shots. Now you were the first one on the Tailgaters to do a trick shot out play of sorts, which I will show right here. And
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, what is the magnitude of a trick shot play in Banana
Mhm.
Land, and how did that feel being the first one to do it for the Tailgaters?
Felt really cool. I didn't even know at the time. Like I didn't know I was the first one to make the trick play. I was just trying to get the out in that you're infield in. I'm like, oh man, this ball lefty up. This ball gonna get smoked at me by Tanner Thomas. And I just had a lot of time, so I did my signature between the legs a bunch of times and flipped over to first base and that was it. But the significance of trick plays in Banana Ball, there's a separate category right now. So they have I think just in Savannah, it's just T, but it's just for trick plays. So you might have like in baseball, you have like hits, airs, runs, or whatever it is in the game box score. For banana ball, it's runs, points, and trick plays. So like with it, RPT. So you have like the different like the runs in the actual inning itself, the amount of points that like each team like has, and then the trick plays. So it's more of a pride thing for right now for each team because they're not worth anything significant to the game, but each team is trying to get as many trick plays as they can. Obviously, it's game situational stuff, like maybe with 2 outs, the winner on the third base, you're not going to be doing the craziest trick play of all time. So there's some situational awareness there, but between both teams and all the teams, we're all trying to push each other and do really cool trick plays. Next year, I think the trick plays will be worth something. So there's no inherent value right now besides just our own self and pride and trying to do them, but they will be worth something next year, I think is what I've been hearing.
You did between the legs. Is there anything else you're practicing?
Yes. Oh, and I was so bummed because I had a really good opportunity to do this and I just went to the between the legs one again. I'm doing around the world. So I'll catch it, put it between my legs, pop the ball, kick it up my foot, put my foot all the way around the ball, kick it back up barehand and throw to first base. And I've gotten this more or less pretty consistently, but just have not done it in game. I've done it in a scrimmage, haven't done it in a game. I had a perfect opportunity this last game to do it, and I just didn't do it. So I'm there. I'm so close. I just need when it happens, I can send it to you, and hopefully it
You
happens
gotta.
soon. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tell you what, I'm a little disappointed too because I know why you could do that. You used to play soccer, so that's not as hard as people may think it is for you.
Right.
Now, you used to play soccer. How much has soccer helped you in this sport? I know they're two completely different ones, but
Yeah.
look at it. It's already helping you in a trick play.
Soccer has been so helpful, not only in banana ball, but just baseball growing up because of all the footwork stuff. Like when you in the infield, footwork is really, really important. And playing soccer and having more awareness of my feet was huge, like so helpful in baseball. But now in banana ball, being able to kick the ball and all that, like I don't know too many other guys. There's a few guys that played soccer, but for me, being able to kick the ball a bunch of times and have awareness of my feet with the banana ball is, I think, a huge advantage. So soccer's been super helpful in that sense.
What professional sports do you watch aside from banana ball?
Yeah, I'm a big Red Sox fan. Big Red Sox fan. I like all the Boston sports. I'll be honest, when I'm down here, I don't really follow them as closely because back home, as old school as it sounds, my parents still get the newspaper and I read the sports section in the morning. So I don't have the newspaper down here and we're not in Boston. So it's not as, I guess, not as prevalent, it's not as around as it usually is. And when I was in Seton Hall in New Jersey, I had a lot of Philly fans in my house. So I would just got
Ooh,
all the Philly noise and all that. So anyways, big Boston fan.
listen, we're both Boston sports fans. Tough time to be one. You're not
It's
missing much,
yeah.
okay?
Yeah, I know. It's
You're
tough.
not missing much.
Yeah. Hey, we're still City of
Oh my
Champions
gosh.
though, no matter what.
Yeah,
City of
you know, we'll
Champions.
wear that on our sleeve. Who
Yeah.
do you think is more of a dedicated fan base? The Boston sports fans or the Banana Land fans, the Banana Ball
Oh,
fans?
I have to go with the Banana Land fans. The like, and I'll just give you a couple of examples. This past weekend, I met one family that drove 17 hours straight to from Canada down to Reno.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
17 hours straight. They drove straight down. And I couldn't believe that. I'm like, but actually, I could believe it because I was witnessing it happen there. And I was like, just the level of fandom and the amount of people, well, the amount that people care about this and the amount of people that have been on the wait list for years to then this be their first game, like that matters a lot. And not only shows like to all the players, like we give them the best show possible, but then give them the human to human experience, best show possible. So we're just human beings like doing this, but like thank you for caring enough to be here and just to give them all that. So Banana Land for sure in that sense, and that's no disrespect to any Boston fans. Obviously, those all die hard, but I think with this being so new and just the demand for tickets and everything, I think that Banana Land is has the fandom, and it's in their name, fans first
Yep.
entertainment. Yeah,
I'd have to agree with your take there. Now,
yeah.
how's this going to feel? You saw the Banana Ball all live in action in Fenway for the first time. Are you guys ever going to play in Fenway?
So we're not playing this year there. The
But it's
Texas
going to
Tail
happen.
soon, soon. I hope next year. Fingers crossed. I mean, I
Okay.
don't know for sure, but the closest we come is Philadelphia.
Okay.
So that would be cool to play in Citizens Bank Park, but I know myself as a Red Sox fan, the Firefighters and Bananas are playing at Fenway Park this year. I think over July 4th, no less, which is incredible. But man, I'll be watching that game. Like that,
Yeah.
I'll be there in spirit for sure.
And that's going to be a combination of both fans all in the same place. The crazy Sox fans and the Banana fans. It's going to be great.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna be
so
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see you there as well. But gosh, you're going to be playing in big parts too. Is there any that you're looking forward to the most?
Yeah, I think I would say all the big league ballparks for sure. We're in 2 weeks, we're playing in Cincinnati, Great American Ballpark, and then we play at PNC, Pittsburgh's ballpark, and then we play in Houston and in Philly. So I think all those ballparks we're looking forward to. I think mo out of those four, man, I have a lot of family coming to Philly, so that'd be great. And then Cincinnati is where a mentor, coach, Ryan Hannigan, he was a Boston, or not Boston, I guess Andover, but he's a Massachusetts guy, and he caught for the Cincinnati Reds for a while. So to be able to kind of go there will be pretty, I don't say full circle because it's not the big leagues, but to be able to play in the stadium that he played at would be pretty cool. So
Oh my gosh, that is sick. Holy
yeah,
moly.
yeah.
Well done, Sunshine. This has been such a blast. I'm like,
Yeah.
thank you so much for doing this. This has been so special. Thank you for being the first guest of the Gabby Hour. Look at this. And I wish you all the best. We're going to be rooting for you from afar. If you want to check them out, go on bananaball.com, something that I know the entire schedule is online. I'll put that in the description as well. So we can follow Sunshine, the unicyclist Luders. So thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Gabby, thank you for having me be the first guest. I am truly honored and so good to reconnect with you. This has been awesome. And all the future guests, you're not going to find a better interviewer out there. So shout out to you, Gabby. I really appreciate it.
I did not pay him to say that.
No, that is true. That's all genuine right there.